We have so far talked about structural authorizations in HR security. In this session, let us get introduced to and talk about a new concept in HR security called context-sensitive authorizations. Now, context-sensitive authorization is a concept which you can use to resolve problems arising out of technical separation of general and structural authorization profiles. A business scenario where you can implement structural authorization, context-sensitive authorizations would be where in your company some managers are in charge of several departments, but the manager's authorizations for accessing certain info types of the employees in their span of control should not be the same for the other departments that he or she controls. So, for example, let's say you have a user who is a manager for accounting and payroll, accounting department and the payroll department. And, the kind of access the manager would have for employees reporting to him or her from the payroll department would be different from the access that she would need for controlling the employees reporting to her from him or her from the accounting department. So the technical separation of general and structural authorization profile can cause context problems for users who perform different roles in a company, such as in this example where this user is a manager for accounting as well as payroll. Now, this problem is due to the fact that you cannot simply add any number of structural and general authorization profiles required for the user to perform different tasks without overriding something. So, in this scenario, the user who is managing accounting and payroll needs access in two different contexts. One context is for the payroll, and the other context is for accounting. So, the problem that arises with the general and structural authorization is that the general authorization gives you access to work with data of the employees that are reported in your span of control, in the manager's span of control. So structural authorizations for this user, structural authorizations will pull the employees from payroll department and the accounting department. But there is no differentiation within this technically where the user is prevented to work with only accounting kind of work for the accounting employees and payroll kind of tasks for the payroll employees who are on the user span of control. So that situation is resolved using context-sensitive authorizations. So let's say a user is a manager in the accounting department and should be authorized to edit, from info types 0 through 7. So of the employees in her team. But this manager is also a manager for the payroll org structure. So in this context, let's say the manager has access to all the payroll relevant info types such as info type 8 and info type 15 for the employees from the payroll structure. So now this cannot be mapped without the context solution, meaning you cannot restrict the manager from accessing info type 0 to 7 for accounting employees, and let's say info type 8 and 15 for payroll people, without implementing the context solution. Now, why this cannot be mapped without the context solution? Because there is no relationship of any kind between the individual structure profile and an individual basis authorizations. So since there is no relationship like between the individual structure profile and the general authorizations, that consequently leads to overridings of the user access. So you cannot create an assignment between users specific structure profile. Now, for example, here your structure profile 2 and a specific general profile. This is profile 2 in this example. So you cannot create a assignment between the users' profiles technically in the system. You can link the user to the profile and you can link the user to the structural profile. But you cannot do a direct assignment between the structural profile and the general authorization. So what in fact happens is that the structural profiles, that is the set of objects that gets collected for the user, and the general profiles are added, in this case p underscore origin, they both combine to give the overall access for the employee, for the manager. So for this reason, the manager, for example, in this example, the manager has full read authorization, read and write authorization for all objects from both the structure profiles. So you have read here and the read here. So if the manager is assigned one structure profile for accounting and another structure profile for payroll, when you assign the general authorization and the structure profile, so this profile, structure profile, is going to bring in all the employees in accounting department who are reporting to the manager, and this profile, structure profile, is going to bring all the employees reporting to the manager from the payroll department. But this access, once these employees are gathered for the manager by the system, the access coming from profile 1 and profile 2, that is the general authorizations, is going to give access to info type 8 and 15 for the accounting department employees also. So the manager would have access to full read and write. From this example, the manager would have access to full read and write authorization for all the objects from both the structure profiles. So when the authorization profiles are added together, so all the employees in the manager's team and the org structure get access to the info types 8 and 15 also from the payroll, which are supposed to be for payroll employees. So if you use a separate user for each context, so suppose you create one user ID for this for the manager, another user ID for this to manager, it is easier to map different contexts or roles with the correct authorizations, but that is not the right solution. So, for example, if the manager wants to carry out his or her activities as accounting manager, so for instance, he wants to work with info type 7, so the manager uses his or her name. Now, if the manager wants to perform the payroll as a payroll manager, then he or she would need to use the second user ID. So the problem is that you may need many users to map the user specific contexts in your company. So which is not an ideal situation for you to be in as a security administrator. So that is why the context solution has been developed for HR master data. So let us now see so what does context solution mean, or context sensitive authorization mean? Context sensitive realization of authorizations for HR master data enables you to override authorizations unintentionally. So in turn, this enables you to relate the individual general and structural authorization profiles to each other. So context sensitive, so what it means is context sensitive authorizations allow you to link a general authorization with a particular structural profile. So you could have all finance accounting structure profile that could be linked with the accounting general authorization, and you could have a payroll structure profile that you could link with. So you could have another structure profile for payroll, linking it with the payroll general authorizations. Now the context sensitive solution creates a technical connection between the general authorizations and the structural profiles using the special context authorization objects. So SAP has introduced 2 new objects for this purpose. And these context of authorization objects differ from P_origin, that is the main object for HR master data, and P_orgxx authorization objects in that they contain additional field called for profiles, PRFL, wherein you can specify the structural profile for each context. So let's say in case of accounting context, you would specify, from this example standpoint, you would specify org_fi, and from a payroll standpoint, in the payroll general authorizations, you will specify org_pr. So when you assign these 2 general profiles and the structure profiles to the manager, this field entry would take care of the access, so that the manager would have info type 8 and 15 for the people or employees coming out of this structure profile, and info type 0 to 7 for the employees coming out of org_fi structure profile. So the 2 objects that SAP introduced for context solution is P_origin_con, that is the main one. And in case if you are using the extended check for HR master data, that is orgxx, and in that case, if you're implementing the context sensitive authorization for extended check with context, then a new object P_orgxx_con has been introduced. So the these objects enable you to link general and structural authorizations together. So you can link the roles that you create to a specific structural profile. And you would use this only when your company or you want to implement the context sensitive authorizations. Now, along with this, you have some technical switches that need to be switched on, and we have talked about this in one of the earlier sessions. To use the context sensitive authorization concept in the system, you need to switch on a few switches in the authorization switch table, T77SO, S0. So the object that is the main key for the context sensitive authorization is p underscore origin con. Now when you compare this object with p underscore origin, you will find that this object p underscore origin con has an additional field called PROFL for assigning the structure profile. So whatever structure profile you enter here, the user has access to those info types for the employees that are collected from that particular structure profile. So this object is also, as in case of HR p underscore origin con is also used during the authorization check for info types. Now this check takes place when HR info types are edited or read. The system queries the contents of the fields during the authorization checks. So when you execute a transaction code and start accessing the HR master data, the system checks for the relevant info type access. And like I said, there is a new field that has been introduced in this object for profile, that is the structure profile. So this field, the PROFL field, is used to determine which structure profiles the user is authorized to access. Now by default in the standard system, the check of this object is not active. So you need to activate the check by switching the TUT SW incon object switch in T77S0 table. You need to put that this value for this switch as 1, so that you can start controlling at this object p underscore origin con use. Now whatever profiles you assign, structure profile you assign in the p underscore origin con object, you have to ensure that the user is assigned that profile in the table T77UA, that is using the transaction OSB. So therefore you should only use structure profiles that are entered in T77UA table in this field, the PROFL field for of the context authorization objects. Now the other object that has been introduced for context solution is the p underscore org xxcon authorization object. Now this is also similar to p underscore org xx object. The only difference again is the profile field. Now this check is also the object, the system checks for this object during the check for info types, HR info types. And again, PROFL field is used to determine which structure profile the user is authorized to access. Now again, this use of this object is not active in the system unless the AUTSWXXCon switch is assigned the value 1 in the T77S0 table. So in order to use both the new object, the context sensitive authorizations, these two switches have to be switched on. The value has to be changed from 0 to 1. And by default it is not, that these are context sensitive authorizations are not active in the system. So this, we talked about the switches in earlier session, and incon and xxcon are the two switches that are needed to be made active if you want to use the context sensitive authorizations in the system. again, like we saw in one of the earlier sessions, if there's any other field from InfoType 1 that you want to use for security purposes, like say for example cost center, then you can have to create a custom object, authorization object for that. So when you create that object, if you are using the context sensitive authorization concept, then the authorization object that you create should include the PROFL field in it. And we have seen the steps that we need to take in order to create a customer object, authorization object, using SU21 and then running this program RPUAC G00. So if you're using customer specific custom object, then that object should contain the PROFL field in case where you are using the context sensitive authorizations. Otherwise, you don't need to include this field. Now, another scenario where you could implement context sensitive authorizations is where the customer, your company is implementing the delegation or proxy policy. What it means is, if a manager is going on a leave, so he can delegate his work, some of the tasks that he does for his employees in his span of control, he can delegate the tasks, some of the tasks to another manager or his subordinate, one of his subordinates. So in that scenario also, you could use context sensitive authorizations where you could have one structure profile for the manager and another structure profile to give access or partial access to another person. So this was a brief introduction to context sensitive authorizations.